I'd like to change how I spend my money. It's been in the past that I haven't saved enough as I should, and I'd like to change that for 2010.
Save, save, save. And spend less and only use what's necessary.
Save more money, spend less, and reduce my rent, hopefully.
Well, one of my goals this year is we plan on starting a family, and you're only allowed a certain amount of time off from work to be paid, and one of my responsibilities would be to spend more time with my new family, and so I need to look down the line and figure out, can I afford to do that? And it's something that's important for me, so I need to make the sacrifices now.
Obviously, how you spend your money is important. You don't need to be going out all the time. You need to make sure that your bills are covered before you're spending your money on luxury items.
One of the specific changes is really getting a grip on how much I spend on food, because it's one of those items that I'll just go to Foster's and pick something up for $2 and go here or pick up lunch, and while I have a general idea of how much I spend on food, I really want to know exactly how much I am actually spending on food, because even if I go to the grocery store, you know, it's one of those things that I'll buy things that I don't really need, put it in the store, and then end up throwing it away.
Although I'm not a financial planner, we found at EAP that it's very interesting to have our counselors develop and facilitate workshops, because it's a different perspective. This workshop is mainly about thinking about our attitude towards money, our attitude towards spending and saving, and just get us thinking about the psychology of spending rather than really detailed information on how to invest or where to invest.
Enough people have hit a financial wall, if you will, where they are seeing for themselves they need help. Obviously, the current global economic downturn has contributed to this, but it's been building for a while. We've just been in the civil service. If you look at pensions, for example, the switch in how pensions are managed in the civil service. We now have civil servants who are more aware of their financial situation and not so much viewing the civil service job perhaps as a job for life, which they are assured a good package at the end and a good standard of living throughout. They're looking at it as a more competitive issue.
Security in retirement is important to a lot of us. And the idea is that time is on our side, that the longer money has to grow, the more it will grow, and it's never too early or too late. And even if during these times we can't afford to put a lot away, just even a little bit helps. And I think the most important thing is to educate yourself around retirement savings. There's lots of information out there that's available. Talk to your bank, talk to a financial planner, because basically at the end of the day, ignoring it isn't going to make it go away. I think really it's important to not spend what we don't have. One of the numbers that we had on a slide from early last year was that the average American household spends $1.22 for every dollar it earns. Well, I think the most important thing to do is to get rid of our debt. And you know, anything we can, with credit cards, anything that we can pay over and above the minimum amount is going to save us money in the long run. So that in itself, getting rid of debt is in itself a savings plan.
One gentleman noted his credit cards, he only keeps the minimum amount of his credit cards, so that even if they offered him $10,000 credit limit on that, he keeps it at the minimum, so he knows for sure that he can't go above that. One of the most important things that I learned in this seminar was writing it down and making a promissory note to yourself that you are going to be a saver.
Something that I've always tried to do my best in managing my finances, but managing finances is something that we can never learn too much of.
Really determining our wants versus our needs. We can often get into trouble when our wants start to disguise themselves as needs. Also, I think considering making small changes rather than big changes. Small amounts of money can really add up in the long run, and small changes, as most of us know, are a lot easier to maintain. I think the most important thing in terms of banking smart is to do your research and education, know interest rates, know details in the fine print, and be careful of all those hidden charges and fees.
Based on feedback from the people who are here today, we'll try to find out from them what more do they want to know, and do they need more detail, do they want sessions on other topics. One of the things we'd hope doing this with the EAP and doing it just before payday was if people sort of went through this and found, you know, I might be actually in trouble, they know exactly who to go and talk to, because civil service, being members of the EAP, they can go and talk to them. That's who they need to reach out to for help.